What is going on, guys? My name is King Caliber and welcome back to the channel with another Fallout 4 build. And I just wanted to say two things before I start the video. Sorry I haven't posted in like a week. It's really hard to post on weekdays, especially last week, because school was just taking up most of my day and I was outside a lot especially, so it was really hard for me to actually upload a video at a perfect time. So for that, to make up all that time, I wanted to give you guys a juicy Fallout 4 build here on King Caliber. Today's build is very unique. Today's build is, by the title, you guessed it, Donald Trump. Since for me in the United States, it is election year for us, where our new president is getting elected, and Donald Trump is one of the leading candidates in the Republican Party, and I thought it would be really funny but cool at the same time to make Donald Trump in Fallout 4. This is like perfect for you guys who really like to mess around in Fallout 4 and just absolutely make no sense, because this doesn't make any sense. Donald Trump is dead way after this. This is way after his lifetime, since this game is in 2285, and this really doesn't make any sense. So this is good for you people who don't like making sense in Fallout 4. Obviously, this build isn't going to have a backstory, because you can easily just Google Donald Trump's story on Wikipedia or something, or look at it on Wikipedia. So this build ain't gonna have a backstory, but if you want his backstory, then you can just look it up. So basically, I'm going to be showing you his stats, his special stats first, and then we will get to the haircut, and then how his face should look. So, let's start with strength, obviously. So, I wouldn't think Donald Trump is very strong. I mean, he's strong with words, but physically I don't think he's strong. I would keep this at maybe a 5 or a 6, maybe even a 4 if you really hate him. But his strength, I wouldn't really recommend this being very high. Same with perception. You know, he can't really see what he's doing. Some things I like what he says, other things that he says I don't like. So some stuff that he says is so over people's heads that his perception really can't be that high. I'd keep this at like a 4 or a 5 maybe. Endurance, you know, he's almost 70 years old, he's 69. I don't really think a 69-year-old man's gonna work out that much, so I wouldn't really think that endurance should be that high for Donald Trump, so I would keep this at a 4 or a 5. Charisma, now definitely this one should be very high, because clearly, as you guys can see, he's getting a lot of votes in all the states, and yeah, charisma just has to be high for this one, because the stuff he says really makes people want to vote for him, because the stuff he says people just want to hear. Charisma must be very high, so I'd say this is at an 8 or a 9, or maybe even a 10 if you feel that way. Sorry guys, I got a really bad cold. But intelligence, this depends on your opinion. You know, some people think he's smart. On the other end, people think he's a complete dumbass. So I really don't know what you could do for this one. Maybe like a 5 or a 6. A 5 or a 6 could be like in between, in the middle. 5 or a 6 would be good. Maybe a 6. Agility, this is just like strength and endurance. He's not really that fit. He's just good with words. He's good at walking around onto a podium and saying things. So agility shouldn't really be that high. I'd say this is a 3 or 4 maybe. And luck, could you consider Donald Trump lucky? I would say yes and no for this one. So I'd put this at like a 4 or a 5 maybe. And those are his special stats. Now let's see what haircut he can get.
Right here.
Now I've looked over all the haircuts in the vanilla Fallout 4, and none of them except this one really look like Donald Trump's hair. None of them actually look like Donald Trump's hair, obviously, but this is the closest resemblance to his hair. It's like a comb over in several areas of the haircut. It's combed on the other side of the head, unfortunately, but it looks a lot like Donald Trump's. It's not very thick in the back. Oh, sorry. It's not very thick in the back, like I was saying, and it's very comb over like, so this is a very good haircut. I'll show you which one it is. It is the Shaggy Suave. So get the Shaggy Suave for Donald Trump. Like I said, I've looked over all the haircuts. None of them really look like Donald Trump except this one. This one looks the closest, I think. And the color is going to be platinum blonde. Make his hair platinum blonde because that's actually the color of his hair. Some people think it's white. I used to think it's white, but it's actually platinum blonde. It looks very close to white. But make it platinum blonde. So that is his haircut. But now, the most important part, let's get to crafting his face. So we're going to go into the Mega Surgery Center. Jeez. Sorry for all my coughing. I've got a really bad cold, so it's not going to go away for a while. But you want to go into the Mega Surgery Center, and you want to change your appearance. And I'm going to be showing you some tips that you can use. I'm not going to be going through the entire walkthrough on how to craft his face, obviously, but you guys can follow along with what I used to make it look like Donald Trump. You can see this looks just like Donald Trump, almost like Donald Trump. It depends on what you think, but I think this looks a lot like Donald Trump. But let's get to it. So, if you've seen Donald Trump, he has a very wide chin. He's got a very wide bottom part of his face. So you want to make that very wide. You want to make his jowls wide, his jaw middle and outer wide. You want to make his entire neck really wide. So as you can see here, instead of it being like this, looking like Ted Cruz, you want to make it look like Donald Trump. So move it all the way to the bottom. And very wide chin, that's one thing. The next thing, he has blue eyes. I know that for a fact. He does have blue eyes, so make them dark blue, whatever you want. Just make them blue. Don't make them blue hazy, because that just looks like he's on crack or something. Just don't make them blue hazy or blue hazy, blue bloodshot. Just make them regular blue. His ears, make those wide, big. Just make them very average. He's got very average ears. His eyebrows are very average as well. They don't really need to look very fancy. But overall, this is what I use for Donald Trump's face. Very average, except his chin. He's got a very wide chin. And then for body, I would move it right here. This is like perfect, almost perfect. He's not the skinniest man in the world, but he also isn't the chunkiest person in the world, but he's kind of in between. So you want to make it about here, in the middle of muscular and large. So, oh my god, it's so hard to make a video when I have a freaking cold. I hate it. But like I said, just make it in between. And once you feel like your face looks like Donald Trump's face, then you can simply exit out. Exit out. And you will have your Donald Trump build. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this Fallout 4 build. If you did, definitely hit that like button and subscribe for more Fallout 4 and Destiny content. Anyway, my name is King Caliber. Stay updated, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.